What is up, everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be discussing basically grind locations for money. Okay, on our list we have Helms, Mains, Gahaz, Nagas, the Hex Sanctuary, Fogans, and Sazens. Those are the 7 areas that I think are pretty valuable right now. And now we're going to get into why, while I have this gameplay in the background here. Okay, so let's start with the Hex Sanctuary. So, as you can see, these are the drops for Hex Sanctuary. You get the Ancient Crystal, or the Ancient Relic Shard. You get the Witch's Earring. You get both of your enhancement stones. You get the Summoning Scroll. The Summoning Scroll is important because once you summon, the witch actually has, I believe, a 3% chance to drop the earring. Double check that. Yes, she has a 3% chance to drop the earring. And they drop the whole set of head armor, which is ranging from 60k to 330k or something like that. Now, the trash loot here is pretty much trash. It's only worth 1 or 550 a piece. It's kind of close to a town. It's usually never contested because no one really grinds here. It has okay density, and there are some storage tricks you can do, but I don't know if it's necessary or not. I haven't grinded it long enough to like need a storage trick or whatever. And sometimes it can feel slow if you're like not, if you're not getting a lot of drops or something like that. But hey, it happens with RNG. Okay, the next place we're going to talk about is mains, as you can see playing in the background there. So with our mains, this is going to be a pretty good grind spot. This is the spot I use so and so, because sometimes I get tired of other places, so I come here, and it's like my kind of chill zone out place. So they drop the Schultz gear, the belt and the necklace, Grunell armor, only the body. They drop forbidden books, some crystals worth about a mil or so a piece, and the upgrading stones. Their trash item, it only weighs 0.10, so you can carry a lot of it, and it's worth 1.1k a piece. It's right next to a town. It's low to medium contested, so sometimes there'll be people there, sometimes they won't. It has pretty okay density. You mostly want to just go for the giant mains, the elites, and anything along the way is just extra. So focus those groups mostly, which is why it's an okay density. And sometimes it can also feel slow, just because sometimes you might not be getting drops, but most of the time the drops are pretty fluent, as I've noticed when I've done it. Okay. All right, next we got Helms. Helms is a pretty good spot. Their main 2 money items are the Scarlet Necklace and the Amulet. The Amulet thing. What's the name for this? It's an Ancient Guardian Seal. So the Ancient Guardian Seal only drops in the Helms dungeon, just so you guys know. So you only get that item if you're farming in the Helms dungeon. Bam. You also get the stones. You get the crystal. I don't think that's a 1 mil crystal though, but it's still worth something. You get the forbidden books, and you get Grunell armor pieces, which is always good. Their trash loot is also 0.10, and it's worth 1k a piece, so you get a lot of it. 1,000 is 1 mil easy. It has pretty good density. It has nice cash drops, and light trash item, like I just said. Only problem is the storage isn't very close, so you have to kind of once you fill up, you have to run back and come back and then fill up. Have to take that trip every once in a while. The only problem is this place is usually very highly contested because it's where people come to grind 50 to 56. Sometimes it's where people come to get money. It's where people come to P level. People come to do elite farms and so on. But it is a lot of money here. All right. Next up, we're going to talk about Nagas. This is one of my favorite spots for leveling, but since we're not leveling money, it's going to be a little different. So they drop syrups, necklaces, upgrading stones, scrolls, map pieces, and your crystals here. The crystals, I believe, are worth like 1 to 3 mil, something like that. I think 3.5. Yeah, something like that. Their trash item is 0.30, but this does not matter since it is literally right next to the town. They're worth 1K each, so 1,000, 1 mil. They have great density. They have medium to high contests because a lot of people use it for grinding and scrolls. So there's generally a good number of people there. And you have to worry about the desert debuff, which over time is kind of fades in the back of your mind, and then you become used to it. So that's the only downs to that. The next place is Fogans. For our Fogans, they pretty much have the same, I want to say, kind of feel as the Nagas, but a little different. So they have the Seraph's necklace. They drop at a higher rate than the Nagas. They have the upgrading stones, your scrolls, and you have your magic crystal and the little compass thing there. Those are all good drops. The benefits from that are different from the Nagas is that you don't have to worry about the desert debuff unless you're like on the outer edge of the Fogan area. It has great density as well, medium to high contest, because people tend to like that area. But it's very far from the town, from any town really. There's like a place next to it, but it's not really a town you can use, so to speak. So yeah, that's the problem. Like once you fill up, you have to make a trip across the desert basically, and then back. So that's a pain in the butt. Okay, up next we have our Sazens and Schultz. The reason I put Sazens and Schultz is because I think they had a patch somewhere around March the 7th that made Schultz actually just as good as Sazens. So Sazens, it drops the Hef pieces, the Grunel pieces, the Schultz belt and necklace, the upgrade stones, and forbidden books. And I don't know if I just said Schultz, but they both now drop all of those items. And what they did to make Schultz just as good as Sazens is they reduced the trash loot that Schultz drops. So now either one you farm at, you'll be getting a consistent flow of these items mostly. And what they're mostly known for is their 3 trash item drops. They're all at a point 0.3 a piece, and they range from 600 gold to 1K for turn in. They have amazing density, which is why everyone loves them, besides the 3 item drops. There are storage tricks that you can find online using the container and the towns. But other than that, any like market or major town is very far away from it. They have a medium to high contest. Right now, Schultz is kind of bare, so like you can get in there, but there is a 30 AP difference, I believe. So you have to have that little extra damage to like get through them as quickly as Sazens. But yeah, if you can, definitely go try out Schultz. It's just as good as Sazens right now. All right, and next up, I think that is it actually. Oh no, Gahaz. We have Gahaz. Okay, so Gahaz, right off the bat, it's very high contested. Very, very high contested pace. They drop a Seraph's necklace, the upgrading stone, scrolls, and a crystal, which is like 3.5 mil as well. Now, the Seraph's necklace drops at a very high rate here. Let's look at that. It's a 0.03 rate, but it only drops from the elites. So a lot of people like to farm the elites because of that 0.3% for a Seraph's necklace. That's pretty good. The town is right next to it, kind of. Each kill you do is 1 to 2K money drop, just money by itself. And there's good density. So only thing you really have to worry about here is people fighting over spots, which happens frequently, or you get PK'd by a mystic or something. Yeah. But yeah, so that's pretty much all of the stats for the places I believe are pretty good grind spots. There might be more or other opinions, but those are my opinions there. Now we're going to move into another section of the video where I show you some numbers about these drops and why I think it's pretty good. So I created a small program just to kind of crunch out the percents and see how many mobs you'd have to kill to get one of these items on average over like 1,000 tries. So like basically I went through and just basically kept trying the percent. Each percent was a kill, 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 kill until I finally got it. And then once you get it, you do that over and over 10,000 times. And then I created an average off of that. So I'm gonna show you guys those numbers now, just so we get a rough look at see how much you would have to do with these grind spots. See, I got that here. All right, so if you look here, we got the Witch's Earring coming in at, it has a 0.018, that's the lowest percent you can get it at, and a 0.2 is the highest percent you can get it at, which results in having to kill anywhere from 501 to 5,500 mobs before you got one Hex's Earring. If you were to get the summoning scrolls and use them, they drop Witch's Earrings at a flat 3%. So you just have to kill around, on average, 32 to 33. This could fluctuate or drop because it's an average. So yeah, keep that in mind. So the Seraph's Necklace at Fogan's was at a 0.005% to 0.1%. So that was a 10k to 20k kills before you got a Seraph's Necklace. At Naga's, it was 12k to 49k kills before you got a Seraph's Necklace on average. And at the Gahaz Elite with a 0.3, it was around 330 to 320 before you could get a Seraph's Necklace on average. At your Helms, you got the Scarla and the Seal coming in at, the Scarla's at 50 to 2,600, and the Seal is at 1,400 to 10k, which is awesome. These are pretty good numbers considering people wipe out mobs like that. Like if you really think about it, 1,400 is two Marnie stones, 2 or 3 Marnie stones, 500 ones. It's nothing. So at mains, you get a Schultz belt, around 300 kills. So like around one rotation or something like that. 300 to 2,600. I think the last time I grinded there, I got like three or four of them, something like that. At Schultz and Sawson's, you get the belts at around 9,000-ish kills, 9,990 something. So yeah, it's a little better at mains than at Schultz for, I think, both drops. Yeah, as you can see there, it's a little better for both drops there. I also put this data into a graph just to help you guys see it a little clearer. I'll show you guys that now. So if you take a look at it, here's the Schultz necklace. The orange bar represents the higher percentage. So the higher percentage of the drops. The blue bar represents the lowest percentage of drops that you could get. So as you can see here, it's about even. The Schultz necklace at mains doesn't take very long, as you can see if you got on the high end. At here, it's about even again because it's a 0.1 for both of these at Schultz and Sawson's. The mains belt, fairly low. AG seal can be low, can be not so low. Scarlet necklace, pretty low. Syrups for the Gahaz Elite is pretty low. At Naga's, it's a pretty good grind right there for a Seraph's necklace. Fogan's also a decent grind for a Seraph's necklace. Witch's Earring is barely even existent, so hardly nothing. So you probably get that fairly easily. And that's from the summoning scroll though. So, and without the summoning scroll, it's more existent, obviously, but still manageable. So yeah, I do hope you guys enjoyed this kind of opinion and statistic type video. Do let me know in the comments. Let me know if you think there's a place better. Um, and let me know if you need the statistics for any item. I'll be happy to provide that for you. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you want. Don't if you don't. Have a nice day. Love you all. Peace.